Good evening, everyone. Good Saturday evening, everyone. I hope you all had a great day. I'm going to be doing a quick live because the battery on my phone is like down to 35%. So once it hits 35, it's like down to 15 in like 5-10 minutes. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm just on here once again promoting this channel. Yes, my goal is 1,000 subscribers by January 2025, which, I better get on it. I only have a couple of months. Um, I wanted to mention Tony Todd. I was really sorry to hear about him passing away. He was a phenomenal actor. He was really good. Trying to think where I remember him most from. Probably, he was on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Um, he was on the Candyman movie. Um, but what stands out most to me was his performance in Angel, the spinoff of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was in this one episode where he played this really just mean, like thuggish type of demon, right? Just a really mean, vicious demon. And I remember him saying, he was his character was criticizing human beings. He's like, human beings, they always gotta have feelings and they always gotta tell you about it. I'm so happy, I'm so sad, I'm so scared. It makes me sick. Yeah, he was pretty good. Pretty good actor. And I know he was in the whole, Final Destination saga, which, like I mentioned in my previous video, I do not like those Final Destination movies. Too much blood and gore for my taste. It's like, if you like that, that's cool, but it's not my thing. Not in the least. Not at all. Nope. I am part of, let's see, part of a, Christmas, group on Facebook. There's like over 1 million, members of this group. And it's pretty cool. I like being able to, share with people all my decorations and all the things that we're going to be doing for the holidays. I already have the wreath up, and I have a very small collection of nutcrackers. I'm hoping to expand upon that. Right now I have 3 of them: a tall one, kind of slightly shorter than the tall one, and a really short little guy. He's like that tall. Yeah, so I'm starting out with 3 and gonna go from there. Who knew that I would like nutcrackers so much? And evidently, and I found out from the group that there's a Nutcracker Museum over in Leavenworth, Washington, which isn't very far from here. We're in Coeur d'Alene, so it's like an hour and a half drive, maybe a little bit more to get over there. And honestly, I've only ever been, through. I had never stopped in Leavenworth. We went through it when Morgan and I came out here in the first place from Tacoma to Spokane back in 2019. It was a 9-hour bus ride from Tacoma to Spokane with a little kid who was a toddler at the time and in diapers. Yeah, it's crazy. But we only stopped there to drop someone off and let someone on, and then we were on our way. But that's cool to know. I'd like to go and see that museum. The Leavenworth Nutcracker Museum is a museum dedicated to nutcrackers and nutcracking devices, located in Leavenworth, Washington, founded by Arlene Wagner and her husband George Wagner. Yeah, they're definitely German. Let's see. In 1995, the museum housed over 7,000 nutcrackers in 2020 and over 9,000 in 2023. See, that's pretty cool. I wonder if you can buy them there too. That'd be kind of cool. La, la, la. Let's see what the hours are. Okay. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It looks like they're open from 11 to 5 on those days. Well, except for Sunday, they're open from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. But that's pretty cool to think that they have that kind of, museum there. Oh, wow. That dude is $202. What else do they have for sale? Okay, just the one. Toy Soldier. Yeah. Oh, wow. Produced, blah, blah, blah. Measures 17 inches tall. Yeah, that's like similar to the size of the ones I have. All right. And no, I'm not going to be reading that driver's guide tonight. Yeah, so boring. Even with everybody holding me accountable to finish, studying this book so I can go ahead and take my written test. It's just so freaking boring. It's only 135 pages. Somebody said go ahead and take, take the practice test online, do that a couple of times. And then when I feel like I have all the knowledge that I need to pass the test, just go ahead and go in and take it. So, I talked to people who said that they didn't even study and they passed the first time around, while other people told me it took them 2 or 3 tries to actually pass the test. Now, luckily enough, when you're going in there just to transfer your license from one state, from your previous state to Idaho, if you happen to fail that written test, they're not going to take away your license, obviously. You still get a chance to, keep your other license and then go back and continue to test until you get it right and you can finally get your Idaho driver's license. Yeah, that'd be nice to finally get that taken care of. Then I can actually apply for a passport. Not that I'm ever going to leave the country, but it'd be nice to have. We're like, how far from the Canadian border? Not very. And I've never been to Canada, ever. Haven't been to Canada, haven't been to Mexico, have not left this country at all. I always had this dream that I wanted to go to England, specifically London. Will that happen in my lifetime? Who knows? Anything's possible. Okay, let's see how. One thing that we wanted to do, though, let's see, Monterey. Where is it? Oh, right there. We wanted to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium because I really like aquariums a lot. And as far as I know, that particular aquarium was in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, the one with the whales, which is my second favorite Star Trek movie. My first favorite is Star Trek First Contact. I know I keep telling you all that. Oh, jeez. It's 64 degrees in Monterey Bay. I was talking to a friend today about if I had the money, Morgan and I would move down to San Diego. I cannot stand this cold weather up here in Coeur d'Alene. Tacoma and Seattle is bad enough, weather-wise, but, over here is ridiculous. I'm not used to getting a foot of snow. Hardly ever snows in Tacoma. Or Seattle, for that matter. And when it does, it doesn't last very long. How much is it? Let's see. I always like to do my research, like, how much does it cost to get in? Nothing is cheap these days. But it looks like it would be a lot of fun when we went, when my friends and I and Morgan, we went to the Oregon Coast Aquarium. That was pretty cool, and that was the first time I'd been to an actual aquarium. Oh, geez. I think it's been well over a decade. I'm pretty sure the last time I went to an aquarium was when I took my kids, my 2 oldest kids, who are 21 and 20 now, back when they were in elementary school, I took them on a trip to Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. Yep, I really like that zoo too. Unfortunately, the two polar bears that were there for many years, they passed away. Blizzard and Boris, I believe. But now I think they have 2, maybe 3 new polar bears. Since their zoo seems to be more, it's like more dedicated to, marine animals more than it would be like, inland animals. Like, for instance, Woodland Park Zoo, which is in Seattle, it's like also one of my favorite zoos. They have like the grizzly bears, they have the lions, they have hippos, they have giraffes, zebras, meerkats. And my son, he was really, really loving those Komodo dragons. Are the closest thing to a dinosaur to him, you know what I mean? So yeah, he wanted to see those. That's like one of the first things he wanted to see. And it's weird too. I think that my mom took me to Point Defiance like once or twice to the zoo, like when I was really young. I mean, like I said, she never had a lot of money. She never kept a job. She was on welfare, like, for forever, like up until I ended up moving out of the house and getting married when I was 18. But I remember she took me there a couple of times. And it's like ever since I went there to that particular zoo, I had lots of nightmares, recurring nightmares for many years about those polar bears, or just polar bears in general. You know what I mean? It's like I'd be just minding my own business, turn around, there's a bear. You know what I mean? A big old herkin, polar bear staring at me and stuff. And that happened a lot. I had a lot of nightmares about that. And come to find out, those bears are like almost a perfect weapon. Like Joe Rogan said, there's no grass where they live. They only eat meat. That's why they actively hunt man. They're strictly carnivores. Unlike, the black bear and the grizzly bear, they eat a whole plethora of things. They're omnivores. They eat anything from grass, berries, to, meat or garbage or whatever. But the polar bear, nope, just meat. And then someone said that they're not territorial. I mean, all these different scientists and all these people that study these animals and this and that, everybody always has something to say about, oh, they do this or they do that, or that's why they're that way. It's like, how on earth do you know whether a bear is territorial or not? When you get into its territory, it's going to come after you. And like I said, those bears actively hunt people. And evidently, they don't hibernate, though they're always around. Yep. Yeah. And we also would love to go to San Diego. That's a goal of mine, is to vacation in San Diego this coming summer. That would be awesome. I want to go to Belmont Park. Looks like a fun amusement park. I want to go to the San Diego Zoo. That's a given. And then they have the the San Diego Wildlife Safari Park or whatever. But I guess that's in another town, Escondido, I think. And honestly, I've never been very far south. When I've been in California, the furthest south I ever went was this little tiny town by the name of Avenal. Like, I don't think many people have heard of it. Avemal. I'm going to look that up. I'm on Google. Let me look it up now. And that was back in, 1997. I made the mistake of going there with the first husband. He's the one I told you was threatening me when we were on the vacation in California at his sister's house because his car broke down. So he was stuck there until he could get a cash advance from his job, right? Told me that he was going to leave me down in California and come back up to Tacoma. Just constantly just threatening me because he's one of those people that likes to power trip. He has enough common sense not to talk, talk crazy to a man because a man's not going to sit there and listen to him talk crazy to him. And actually, a couple years later, he ended up making the mistake of being disrespectful to some dude because he was used to being disrespectful to me and me doing nothing about it. So that dude took out some of his teeth. And of course, he had to come up with this story about, oh yeah, I got into a bar fight with 15 dudes and I took out 9 of them. It's like, okay, dude, you're a senior citizen, you have a bad back, you have bad knees, and you're saying that you were able to do something that Bruce Lee couldn't even pull off. It's like, okay, cool. Ooh, they have a state prison. I didn't know that. Okay, let's see. Avenal, city in California. Yay. Dude, it's 73 degrees there. Or it was today. Let's see. Avenal is a city in Kings County, California, United States. Avenal is located 35 miles southwest of Hanford at an elevation of 807 feet. It is part of the Hanford-Corcoran Metropolitan Statistical Area, which encompasses all of Kings County. Uh-oh, I might have to get off here. I think this phone's gonna die. Encompasses all of Kings County. In area, it is the 4th largest city in Kings County. Wow, then that's just a small area. Yeah, that's crazy. And it says, what is Avenal famous for? Oil. Okay. Anyways, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Have a great night. Stay safe out there. God bless you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.